Okay, just going to do a little review on the old Control S5 in relation to mobile DJs in particular. That's all applied to a lot of other guys. Some stuff that I haven't been able to find online about the Traktor Kontrol S5. One of the main things that got me interested in this was the screens. Screens, I mean, there's no jog wheels, but we'll get into that, and yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good bit kit, very well made. One of the main things for mobile DJs, of course, is you do need one of these, a microphone, and as you can see, there is no dedicated microphone area, which a lot of mixers do offer. What it does, however, have is a little workaround. When you're not plugged into into Traktor, not playing Traktor, there's this little auxiliary button here. Pop that on. You can plug in the back, which is probably off the screen. There is 2 RCA inputs and a tip ring sleeve TRS 1/4 inch jack. When Traktor is not on, press the aux button. Turn the microphone on. Hello, hello, hello. You can just about see something coming up there. Hello, hello, hello. So it is working, but there is no line levels. It's not going through any of these lines. It's just going direct to the main. And yeah, that works okay. We also have, I've got an example of a line level. That is playing off a laptop, just playing through the headphone jack. So it does work without Traktor. However, to not use Traktor would be a bit ridiculous with this. However, why this is of interest to me is if Traktor crashes, which it has done for me a few times, not with this controller, but it has done a few times, you've got a backup. Okay, so let's get into Traktor itself. I'm going to open it on my computer and you'll see how everything works a bit better. Okay, so we've got Traktor up. Now, at the moment we've got a remix deck on this side. We're not really going to talk about the remix deck in this one because I don't intend to use it. I also don't intend to use the stems. You've got a track deck on this side. I'm just going to change the remix deck to a track deck. Now you can see. The good thing about this controller is you can use it pretty much standalone. So you don't necessarily need to look at your laptop. You will need a laptop, but you can almost put it away. Okay, so how do you navigate to get a track up? What you do is you just touch the browse knob. It's touch sensitive on both sides. Brings up the collection. So you can look for your collection, playlists, look for anything on your computer, iTunes history and favourites. Let's dive into track collection here. I'm just going to pick by genre. You can, when you're searching through things like this, if you press the shift button, it skips through, I think, about 10 at a time rather than a single entry. So, okay, we'll go with that one. We've got some tracks up now. And we're going to go with a bit of funky house, I think. Let's go with this one. Okay, so as soon as you let go, it's in there. The next one here is the loop controller. Again, touch sensitive. Displays how many beats your loop is when you turn it, so that's quite a nice feature. So, as you can see, nice display here. What I would have liked is an RGB waveform, as you do on the computer. I like the Spectrum waveform. This is just the UV waveform. You do have quite a bit of information here. If you want to access extra information such as the key, there's a little button here, and that will show you the key. You can also adjust the key. Ooh. Press the button and you can adjust the key of the song here. What I like about this is it tells you the open key format. It tells you what we're changing it to. So that's handy. You've also got the BPM here. This is the master BPM because this track is the master. If you wish to reset the BPM after you've changed it, you hold that and that together. Right, so you've got that. You've got the freeze mode, which is pretty cool. I'll do this very briefly because it's not really mobile DJ stuff, but you sort of I'm not going to go too much into that, but it cuts the song up and it's a bit of fun. The remix, like I said, I'm not going to go into. Flux is quite handy. Flux, you can do cool little effects and it will continue with the song. You'll see an extra little line. See, there's 2 lines when I do that. So I'm scratching. You see, there's that line there. That's where the track is going to continue in, and that's where I am at the moment. And it comes back into it. That's pretty handy. Bit of fun. Okay. So, what else we got? Ooh, I don't use crossfader, so we'll leave that one alone. One thing that I does annoy me about this is you've got these little sort by in the corner. You probably can't see that very well, but in the corner there's a little sort by or preview button. The sort by, put your finger on this one and you change it so you can choose title, artist, BPM, key, rating, import date, the number of the track, and that will sort the tracks that you've got in your collection. So I'm looking at the Funky House collection on my as a folder, a genre even, that I made, and it's currently all sorted alphabetically by title. And I believe if you hold down the loop button whilst holding this, it changes it from ascending to just descending. What's annoying about this is I like to, be a mobile DJ, look at the tracks that I play the most, and I use on Traktor the play count for this, which is not an option. Play count is not an option, as is many other useful information such as time. I don't often sort by time, but you got that. So anyway, to go back, there's a little back button. It's quite a nice, neat little menu. One thing I have noticed fairly quickly is if you want to search for a track on your laptop, then you obviously type it in your keyboard. What I used to do is then I would go to the middle encoder. This is not the right encoder, but on my Pioneer DDJ SX and my Denon MC 6000, you would turn the knob and then you click load, 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 whichever deck you wanted. This doesn't really have that load thing because you're navigating using this. And so, yeah, if you type in, I don't know, if you're searching for Uptown Funk on your laptop, there's no knob to select it. You have to mousey drag and drop it onto the right tech, which is a bit of a pain. These sliders are beautiful. Oh, lovely. Anyway, awesome little feature. Filters. Let's get another song on for a bit of variation. Okay. As you can see, the filter is not activated until you press the button, which is really good because on the Pioneer DDJ, you have to. There's no button, so you can't do funky stuff like that. Anyway, the effects are, however, with Traktor are as always brilliant. Another thing, the effects, touch sensitive knobs. Can you see this? I'm not adjusting the effects, but it knows when I touch the knob that I'm interested in changing it. Okay, so let's have a little play. This one's turntable effects. This one's phaser flux. Let's go over this side and I'll just play around with them a little bit, but you'll be able to see. I'm certainly no effects expert, but that kind of sounded alright to me. These little buttons up here, these orange illuminated ones I'm about to press, they choose which effects bank go to which deck. So obviously if you want track B, which is playing at the moment, to be activate these effects, that one, you want those effects, that one, pretty simple. I just leave them all on, and if I ever need to, I'll turn them off. What else we got? Oh, sample player. That's pretty good actually. That's a pretty good feature. When you hold this button down, say you find something you fancy, these two little buttons here change between, if you're sorting by title we've already been through, press it to the right, it's preview, and press it, and in your headphones you got a little preview. There's also in the corner time, if you want to skip through the track. You do that, as soon as you let go, stops, everything goes back to normal. I like it. Oh, the touch strip. Let's go on about the touch strip. When the track is paused, oh, I'll turn out. I can't scratch. But anyway, you get the idea. It's just like a jog wheel. When it's playing, you're nudging it as if you're nudging the side of a CDJ. You're nudging it. Okay, if you press shift, and you also do that. A lot of people like to nudge the CDJ like jog wheel and then put that around to stop it. What you've got to do is release shift to do that. So pretty cool. So also, if you've got two tracks playing, you'll notice this one has got these little LEDs come up. When you've got it orange, that means they are in sync according to Traktor's beat grid. See, both in sync, off sync. You get the idea. Oh, also searching through tracks. If you want to search for a track, you can either scratch, press shift, and you'll see it changes a little bit. This is like a needle drop. So you can see on the display, it shows in orange the area that you've selected. It also does show cue points, loops and that sort of stuff. So you can easily, if you want to find a drop or something, you go, okay, there's the end of that. And you just scratch it, cue it up. Pretty good stuff. Oh, also, one thing I should notice, one thing I should note is the auxiliary inputs, which I spoke about earlier. When Traktor's running on the laptop, it's got a little bit of an error at the moment. I think they'll probably sort this out, but here's the error. I'm going to try and talk on the microphone. Hello, hello. Nothing. If I play a track through my line. Ah, yes, it's coming through here. That is because I've set up on my laptop. I've set it up that track D, channel D, channel C are live inputs, which you can set up through the audio input settings. When you do that, it allows the auxiliary ports at the back to be used whilst Traktor is on. It's a bit of a weird one. I'll just quickly, I'll demonstrate. So I'm going to close Traktor on my laptop. So this is the only way it works. As soon as I close it, should be in auxiliary mode. Oh, also, when you're in auxiliary mode, if you want to change the volumes, this is how you do it. Notice the volume meters here. You change the loop control things here. So anyway, Traktor is closed. Turn on auxiliary. Test 1, 2. Right, just going to turn the volume down on the laptop. Okay, so it's going through the auxiliary, as I noted before. You turn Traktor on. Give it a second, it's just doing something funny on the laptop. So in a second, Traktor should come on. The auxiliary port is still playing. Watch this though. Press auxiliary, it turns off, as you'd expect. Press it on again. It's now routed through Traktor, which disables the track C, the track D. I said you do need to set this up for it to work, otherwise it just won't work at all. And it did baffle me for a little while. But yeah, so you knock out 2 track decks. As the MP3 player is only a backup for me, the backup laptop, what I do is I change it from live input on the laptop. I change it to a track deck, and now we can use it as a track deck. Okay. It's a thunderstorm. That's odd. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Oh, ABBA. Now we're really talking mobile DJ, aren't we? Anyway. Oh, an extra little thing I forgot about. You got these bits on the side here. Oh yeah, these bits I haven't spoke about. So this little button here changes the view. So at the moment we've got deck. God, this is loud. Anyway, thunderstorms, eh? So at the moment you've got track B playing. Turn the gain down a bit so I can talk. Press this button, and you get the ABBA, which is track channel D. It's just in the bottom there. So if you swap it over, you've got track B at the top. I don't know if you can see this very well. This is double. It's pretty cool, huh? I like it. Anyway, these 2 buttons here. Zoom out. Zoom in. Pretty nice. What else is there to say? You got a booth here. Self-explanatory. Don't know if you would have seen that. Hey, lightning. Cool. Anyway, Q mix, Q volume. I think we're getting to the end of this, and I think I've left the back door open, so I think I'm going to check on that. Hope this has helped. Thumbs up if it did.